Hello, nature and life. We having a good day? So I don't know when you sent that message. I just seen that. Turn it on live chat. How's your day going so far? It's 4:12 p.m. here. Nice adventure, yeah, so far. If you want to rewind it to the beginning of the stream, there was a turtle we got pretty close to. Could be wrong, but I think it's the Florida gopher turtle, which is endangered. Getting ready for bed. What time is it there? 12 midnight. Wow. Yeah. So it looks like you're 8 hours ahead of me. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi before you went to bed. Did you have a good day? How's it going? You had a good day. Thanks for asking. No problem. How's Sushi doing? Sushi's sleeping already? Yeah, I bet Buddy, he's probably taking a nap hiding from the sun. I think it's about probably 92 or 93 here. But luckily here in the woods it feels pretty good. But as soon as you step out of the woods, it gets hot and humid and miserable real quick. Sushi's a Shibu Inu? Or did I get that wrong? Burning hot during the day? Yeah, probably is. I'm guessing most places around the world, unless you're someplace up north. It's been a hot summer. Akita Inu? That's right. Okay, so the close to the Shiba Inu, I'm guessing. Very beautiful dog. Do you think it looks good like this in landscape mode, or do you think it'd look better if it was in horizontal or portrait? I know it says you get more views if you do it in portrait, but I thought landscape would be better to show the place. This is the best? Well, thank you. So I thought this would be good, but yeah, appreciate you saying that. Views better like this? That's what I thought. So what'd you have for dinner? Noodles? Sounds good. You have some kind of sauce or like a dry seasoning? Oh yeah, I've had that plenty of times. Yeah, I got some, had some of those noodles in the cup just 2 or 3 days ago, actually. Sorry if the camera's pretty jerky. I'm actually walking half the speed I would normally walk. But I've never walked this trail before, and I don't want to step on any snakes or turtles or anything else that might bite me. And the slower I walk, the longer the video will be, so. This is the first time I've ever done a live stream on a hiking trail. This trail's got some like scavenger hunt codes. meeny, mo. But yeah, I gotta keep slowing myself down. I've always been a very fast walker. I get it from my dad. I was hoping at some point there's be some creeks or some kind of water. I've seen pictures from there. People were showing different little variety. Squirrel over there. And he said that the video is better when you walk slow. That reminds me, I was one night flipping through the live streams, and there was this guy, and I guess he looked like he was just out jogging. He's got the camera pointed up at him, and you just see him just bouncing up and down like he's jogging. He's just shaking constantly, and people were trying to talking to him in the live stream and chatting with him. asking him where he's from, and he said, "I'm from America, from the streets." And he didn't want to really talk too much. It was funny, I checked out his channel, and he's like this personal trainer. Got all these videos about exercising and working out. But not once during his live stream, he didn't ever, I thought he could have maybe talked about exercising or something, but he was just out jogging, like practically running, with the camera jogging up and down, and was just kind of actually like arguing with the people in chat, which is. But there are some people who just like to jump on and say negative things. Luckily, I don't have that. Haven't had too much with that. Oh, the sand is nice, at least. Makes for a nice, soft walk. Let's see if I go down there. Trees falling. Yeah, there's quite a few of them around here. I think it's actually pretty common in Florida with the sand. We have like little caves that form. But at my parents' house, when I was staying with them, the neighbors on both sides had a tree fall down. And well, actually, there's 3 neighbors that had trees fall down. And out of those 3 trees, I was outside to see 2 of them fall. It's crazy. So the rumor is true. If a tree falls out in the woods, it does make a noise. It was just crazy. When I was younger, my dad used to cut down trees. We had a lot of land, and then he would cut down the wood to use in the wood furnace. So I've seen people cut down trees, but I've never been outside and actually just witnessed big grown trees just fall with no humans around. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it was pretty loud. I could hear them from 100 yards away. You start hearing this. First, you start just hearing one loud crack or pop, and then it just starts increasing, and it's pretty easy to tell when you look over and all of a sudden you see the woods moving. And then, I mean, these were 50-foot trees that just fell over during the middle of the day. On one side, I had all the roots exposed, like that one I showed back there, but on the other tree, one of the trees, it just split. Like it had a crack or something, but it didn't. The roots and everything stayed in, so it didn't have any problem with the roots. But if it's gonna be a lot of money, because it was right in their backyard, 50-foot tree and thousands of pounds, gonna have to pay someone a lot of money to come clean that up. Some pretty ferns or plants. That's a big old dragonfly. don't know if you can see it. There it goes. I was almost touching it with the camera. Nice plants, yeah, I agree. Nice if I see some flowers or a little variety, but can't complain. It feels like it's 20 degrees cooler in the woods here than it was out in the parking lot. Sorry about the car noises. Guess that's what I get for picking a trail that was close. Should have picked one of the farther trails. I'm gonna do that one maybe tomorrow or coming days. It's supposed to rain. I think Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday was showing, so I don't know if I'll be able to get out then. No wild animal. Just turtles, snakes. I haven't seen bears around Pensacola, this part. About 2 years ago, I was living about 2 hours east in a city called Fort Walton Beach, and I lived in a duplex that was right next to this huge military base, thousands of acres, and I was like right up against, close to the fence. And one night, it was like 2 in the morning, I heard this noise. I thought it sounded like someone was breaking into my vehicle, and it sounded like they were doing a bad job because they were being very loud about it. But when I opened my front door, I seen there was a bear right out just 30, 40 feet away going through my neighbor's trash. And then I turned head to the right, and there was a second bear in the middle of the street, like he was on watch out or lookout. But I think they're little black bears. They're not too aggressive like brown bears or grizzlies. They're pretty timid. Unless you go after the cubs, then I imagine the mother would come after you. Okay, it looks like I'm getting close to some water. Another squirrel over there. It says this is actually a bike trail. There's so many roots and dips, washout areas. I wouldn't be too confident on a bike through here. I'm just glad these mosquitoes aren't bothering me. Forgot to get some bug spray. But actually, I've only had like one or two bother me in the past half hour, which is good. Some places in Florida are just horrible for mosquitoes. A couple years ago, I was looking at this place that I was going to maybe rent, and I pulled up in my vehicle and had my windows down. Before I even turned off the vehicle and got out, there was already a dozen mosquitoes inside my vehicle biting me. Hadn't even stepped outside the vehicle yet. It turns out that house was pretty close to the bay, so I'm glad I didn't move in there. That would have been, couldn't even step outside ever without getting swarmed by mosquitoes. Squirrels are cute, yeah, I agree. We do have lots of squirrels around here. Another big fallen tree. Some you could tell were cut down, but not like that. Is there any place near you that you can go hiking? Too big or heavy? The roots can't hold them? Yeah, that's probably exactly why. Especially when you got, look at the ground here, it's a lot of sand. And we sometimes get an incredible amount of rain. I don't know how to convert to centimeters, but a couple weeks ago we got 5 inches of rain in less than 2 days. hiking, love to hike, but hiking area is far from the city where I live. Yeah. Yeah, if you got to drive an hour each way, it takes a lot of the fun out of it. Is there any little parks in the city? Not necessarily for hiking, but like if you wanted to go, is it like little ponds or parks in the city with like ducks or other such creatures? We don't have rain in here until November or December. Wow. So you have mostly dry. A lot of dry seasons there. Very dry. Eh. Here in Florida, it's usually the opposite, very humid. There's one place I was looking at to maybe go do some hiking, and I'll probably go in the next few days. But it says on there in the info that the humidity is 100% always. I guess it's right next to pretty close to the bay or the ocean. So that humidity will get to you. Some pretty thick vegetation here. Some people might watch this later and be like, this would have been a really nice walk if he wouldn't have ruined it with all this talking. Might fall asleep. I'll keep my phone here. Well, I appreciate you talking to me for a while, especially since it's that late. I really appreciate you stopping by and talking to me for a while. Hope you sleep good. Hope you have a good night. have fun out. I will give Sushi a good pet farming when he wakes up. Hello, Tarmac. Good afternoon. It says, very good. Great hike. I was out today for just over 3 hours. It was very wet and nearly torrential rain right after I got to the car. Wow, looks like you timed that just right. What state are you in? Or what? If you're not in the United States, what country are you in? I appreciate you stopping by. Ontario, Canada. Oh, cool. That was a very beautiful hike you went on. So you timed it just right, missing that heavy rain. Very hot, humid, and lots of rain last few days. Hope you're having nicer weather. But it's also usually very humid here. And we do get a lot of rain here in Florida. But with the ground being mostly sand, a lot of sand, it dries very quickly. It can rain. We can get a hard rain for 2 days straight, and then it will just dry up in a couple hours. Let's see, where am I? 21. So I think I'm right here. I think I parked there. Back in here. Don't know if this, oh, maybe that's the trail over there. Like someone maybe tried to run and jump across and lost the soles of their shoes. Let's go around this way. So have you lived in Ontario your whole life? Tarmac? Still a ways to go. Which way? I think this is the right way. I've never been here before. I think I know the cars generally parked that way. But they have some pretty good markers here. They're still being like 3 or 4 hours of sunlight. Yeah, there's a trail marker right there. If you want to leave a comment on any of my shorts or videos, Tarmac, so I can go check out your channel, and I'll share one of your videos. If I try to go through, I can't go through, check out your channel. I guess with this, I'd have to have a second phone to try to get to your channel. But it's very nice to meet you. I haven't met many people from Canada. I've been there once many years ago. I guess didn't really go. I don't even know it really counts, but I went with a couple relatives, and we went and seen the Canadian side of the Niagara Falls, and it is beautiful. You certainly get a nicer view of Niagara Falls from Canada. And at night, Canada shines these colored spotlights on the falls, which change colors. Just beautiful. Not sure if you're still watching Tarmac, but if you rewind to the beginning of the live stream, there was this turtle. I got pretty close to, could be wrong, but I think it's the Florida gopher turtle. It's actually endangered species. But I started the stream looking at that. So. It was just eating away on something. Yeah, I don't know. Who would ride their bike on this? I don't know why they call this a biking trail. You just flip right over. A lot of thorns too. pretty sure I parked my car right here somewhere. Where is it? Shadow Bailey, hello. Good afternoon. How you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. You having a good day or night? See, it's probably, what, 11 o'clock midnight there for you? It's 5:07 p.m. here. Good, thank you. How are you? Looks pretty cool there. Yeah, 11 p.m. here. I see you're 11 p.m. That means you're 6 hours ahead of me. I'm doing good. Feels pretty nice here in the woods. Otherwise, it's like mid-90s. I'm gonna have to start learning the conversions to Celsius. I got a lot of international friends. But if I step out of these woods, it will get pretty hot and humid. So, kind of trying to make this walk last until the sun goes down some. My vehicle is going to be an oven until that sun goes down. See, Shadow Bailey, you live in Ireland, is that correct? I'll be in the future soon. Ouch, that's hot. Bless you. It really will. UK, okay, that's wrong. I was wrong. Oh, Foxy the Cat is Ireland. I'm UK. Okay, that's very cool. Have you lived there your whole life? Do you live near a big city or more of a small town? But UK is very beautiful. I'd love to visit. Small town. Where are you? I'm near Pensacola, which is just, I guess, a medium city. Certainly not any size compared to any of the big Florida cities like Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Tallahassee. But Pensacola is pretty good, big. It's kind of a sprawling. I think it was actually one of the first settlements of the United States. So it's got a pretty good history to it. I don't want big place. I like to keep away from people. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm kind of one reason why I'm out here walking alone in the woods. Find most people grumpy. Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm a grumpy person. I don't like it. I try to recognize it and quite cheerful. That's just because I'm happy to have people to stop by and talk to me in this chat. And it feels pretty nice here in the woods. A little bit warm up here in this open spot, but otherwise it's really nice here. I'm just happy the bugs aren't really bothering me. So what'd you have for dinner? And thank you for saying I sound cheerful. I came in, saw nature talking to herself, but now I understand you replying. Yeah, especially if you're not up watching live too, it probably sounds a little funny. I had Chinese. Someone else was talking to you had Chinese, or those. I think that was last night. I love Chinese food though. Would you have some kung pao chicken, sweet and sour, General Tso's, maybe some teriyaki chicken. It says there's 4 people watching the stream. Thank you guys very much. What are you going to have? Hadn't really thought about it yet. I guess whatever I find here in the woods. No, I'm just kidding. A tiny little frog. A tiny little frog. Haven't decided what I'm gonna have for dinner. I'm trying not to think about it too much. But I have some leftovers. Cute froggy. Mushroom fried rice, chicken chow mein. That sounds good. That's not boring. Hope you have water with you. That would have been a good idea to bring some. But I did not. But I drank a lot before I left, and with the temperature being so cool in here, I'm barely even sweating. Try not to overexert myself much, keeping the walk slow. I could find water maybe nearby but that would not be safe. So don't recommend that. I didn't know if I'd be able to carry a bottle and the phone at the same time. And I figured if I left it in the car, it would just be hot water waiting for me to get back. So I drank a lot before I left, and I've only got a 10-minute drive back to the hotel. So, but I appreciate your concern. Yeah, if I should start keeping some in the vehicle, just in a cooler or something. It feels very cool here. I knew I wasn't going to be out for too long. You should always carry water and a protein bar. You never know what could happen. Dang, Chuck keeps moving. Never know what could happen. Not that it will happen, just always good to be prepared. That is absolutely true. I used to be in the Boy Scouts. I don't know if you guys have something similar to that in the UK, but that was actually our #1 motto, is always be prepared. I've got food in the vehicle. I think it's just right up this road here. Through here. Spider webs. Trying to find a twig or something to knock that spider web down. Hate spiders. Yeah, same here. Do not like spiders. Yeah, definitely. You are right about keeping snacks and water in the vehicles, because vehicles can break down and you can't count on some stranger to help you out. Got to take care of yourself. I watched too many documentaries and horror movies. Yeah, I've watched a lot of scary movies myself. I'm more into thrillers than straight up horror. Like the, I guess we're keep you on the edge of your seat. I need to go dry my hair. Just washed it. Enjoy your walk. Safe journey. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello before you even finish drying your hair. Hope you have a good night. Thrillers is better. I agree. It was great talking with you, Shadow Bailey. Hope you have a great night. Talk to you soon. I'll try to. Do you have a live stream coming up soon? I could swing by. I do go live a lot, but never scheduled. Yeah, same here. It's once you start scheduling things a lot, then it becomes more of a job. And then if the weather or something occurs to where you can't keep that schedule right on time, then you feel bad. It's like saying, hey, I'm going to have a party, and then you got to cancel it last minute. So if I scheduled, I'd miss my own life. Yeah, I'd probably do the same. I have a bad history of procrastination and just losing track of time. And some things are just more enjoyable when they're spontaneous. Yeah, best to just do it. Yep, I agree. So, Chatterbait, it's a Dotson, right? How old is he? He is, and he's two. Cool. So is that considered still pretty young, or is that kind of an older age for that breed? Look like he's pretty young and energetic in the live stream, having a good time. Very young. Yeah. They sure are cute when they're young and playful. Great time to get them on video. Too crazy. Yeah, but if you let them out of that pen, it'd be hard to keep them on video. Some people ask why Buddy didn't move more in his live streams because he was sleeping. He moves when he is awake and moving around. It's too hard to follow him with a camera, especially when a hot day like this. He's probably hiding away from the sun. Let's see, where am I? CS19. My goodness. So I think I'm there. Pretty sure I came at CS26, but it's not on this map. I think it's over here. Hopefully, let me go. Someone, I don't know what kind of marker. There's a paper plate on a tree. Is that supposed to mean there's dinner that way? Don't get lost. Not too worried about that. It's a looked like it's a pretty simple trail. I've seen a few people walking, so I could always ask them. But with the sun being still high, I know the general direction my car is, and this will get me there. If I get lost, that'll just mean it'll mean the stream will be longer and get some more watch hours out of it. I got my flashlight on the phone, and it's really nice. A lot of these pretty. Not sure what these are called. Man, that tactic's drying your hair. Yeah, I don't envy having all that hair like girls. I cut my hair pretty short. If I let it grow out to my ears or touch my neck, it feels like once in a while it'll tickle my neck and it feels like a spider, so it freaks me out. So now I just like to keep it real short. If you get a chance later or tomorrow or something, at the beginning of this stream, there was a turtle. I got right up. I started the stream right in front of this turtle. I think it's the Florida gopher turtle, which is endangered. But so it was a, thought that was a pretty cool sign before I even started hiking. Got to see a endangered turtle. He was just munching away on something. Good stuff, Scully Pop. Good to see you. How's your day going? Have a great trek. Thanks, Java Bailey. Take care. Good luck with all that hair. Glad to catch you live. Yeah. No, so.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So far, so good. I'm really happy to see a live stream. So, do you live here in the United States? Or do you live in a different country? I thought I got the hint that you lived in the Pacific Northwest, maybe like around like Washington or Oregon, or am I way off? South Mississippi, okay. Oh, you're not too far then from here. I'm near Pensacola. I might technically be in the city limits, I'm not sure. So I'm just a couple hours from South Mississippi. Don't know why I thought Pacific Northwest. You're going to Destin next week? Oh wow. You'll be driving right past me. You going to Destin, let's see. Any special occasion, or hope the sharks have cleared out? Yeah, they don't. The news media likes to make sharks out to be much more dangerous than they are. If you don't have a cut, if you aren't bleeding, the sharks won't come after you. But I mean, there are exceptions to everything. Scott Ferguson, hello, good to see you. Hello, dear friend and everyone. Beautiful walk and sharing. Appreciate you stopping by. Scully or Scott, if you guys want to rewind to the beginning of the stream, I started the stream in front of an endangered turtle. Jaws ruined it for me. Yeah, they like to make those movies, and I like to watch them too. I mean, the Meg, Jason Statham, that's good. I enjoy them. I don't know about that Sharknado on Sci-Fi. I mean, that might have been pushing it a little far, but I actually heard that more people in the United States have been killed by cows than sharks. But you don't hear the news talking about that. And it's because you might wonder, how do people die from cows? It's because in a lot of states, cows will, when they wander on the roads, they cause car accidents. So apparently more people have died from that than shark attacks. But no one's going to watch a movie about killer cows. Destin's beautiful. It's got great shopping, a lot of great places to eat. It's a pretty new city, so there's like no rundown areas of the city. It's all nice new residential areas and shopping. Have you been to Destin before? I actually worked there for a year at one of the malls, Silver Sands Premium Outlets. I worked at a place called Pepper Palace, where we sold all spicy things. It was hot sauce, salsas, hot seasonings. We had hot sauce made with ghost peppers. You've been a few times. That's cool. Man, good luck with that traffic. That dang Highway 98 is like the only way to get through Destin. And some days on work, it would take me 40 minutes to drive home at night with no traffic. But during the day, if I had to go to work at 4 or 5 p.m., I could. Some days I would be. A couple days I was 2 hours late for work. And I got there, and I'm just like, every time it happened, I was just waiting for her to fire me. But there was only like one other employee at the time. It was just two of us, and she's like, I totally agree. She came in from the other side of town, and there was a couple of times she was 2 hours late opening the store because of traffic. They just have one main highway run through Destin, and they had it on construction for like 5 years. But I hope you have a great time. Since you're going before 4th of July, the traffic shouldn't be as bad as it will be closer then. Some places it's easier to just get out and rent a scooter or something. Traffic will be death of humanity, man. We spend hundreds of hours sitting in traffic, wasting our time. So what are you gonna have for dinner, Scully? Avocado sounds good. So true. Sometimes shopping is more relaxing than navigating civic traffic. I agree. You lived in a big city in Mississippi or more of a small town? I haven't spent. I've traveled through Mississippi a few times, but I haven't really checked out the state too much. Tiny little frog here. Oh, cool. Long Beach on the coast, small city. Cool. I'll have to check that out in MapQuest to see, or Google Maps. I might have passed through there. I drove through Mississippi just a few months ago. Our Gulf Coast is 26 miles of man-made beach. Sounds nice. With that much beach, shouldn't get that many miles of beach. It shouldn't be too crowded then. Crowd should be nice and spread out, or if not, I bet you know some good spots to go. The Mississippi Sound is murky and tea-colored. Scott says, very dense vegetation. Really beautiful to look at. Yeah. Thanks. It's running right when you said it. Somehow, looks like there's a car somehow in the woods. Don't even know how it got in here. Looks like a pretty old car. It looks like it's been there for a couple of decades. I don't even know how it got in here. Because of the rivers and the islands trapping the mud, teamed with wildlife though. I bet you bet there's some really good fishing and all kinds of turtles and aquatic species. Probably has some really great fishing. You're big into fishing? Yeah, I went a few weeks ago. My parents have a boat. We went out and I didn't have so much luck. It's been a while since I caught something real good. A couple months ago, we went out and we found this really good spot in the Pensacola Bay. And we pulled in a dozen catfish. Between three of us, we pulled in a dozen catfish to keep. Or they're called sail cats. We pulled them in about a half-hour span. It was really fun. Haven't been out a couple times since then and haven't really been able to replicate that day. What's the last thing you caught? Did you go fishing on the beach or like a lake or river? Oh, you caught many sail cats? That was cool. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. And it was good tasting. First time we had ever caught them. I'm from Missouri, a small town, Union, just about 45 minutes west of St. Louis. They fight like hells. Yeah, it was really fun. They put up a really good fight. I just couldn't believe the slime that came off them. My dad was using this glove, this big thick glove, to help take them off so we could try to keep them as fast. But there's this crazy amount of slime coming off those sail cats. Scott Ferguson says, the landscapes on the East Coast are quite different, but here too you can do good fishing. Oh, so you live on the East Coast? That's cool. Live more in like the upper New England area or more down south? I haven't really seen the Carolinas, but I once took a road trip up to Maine, and here's another biker. How's it going? One day you caught 4 in a row, about 36 inches long. Wow. That would be pretty tiring. I mean, that's like quite a bit of dinners. And if you think about how much you pay for a fillet of that in any restaurant, you probably $50, $100 worth of fish. Massachusetts near Boston, dear friend. Oh, that's cool. Very cool to talk to someone on the upper East Coast. Boston's got... I think I swung through Boston real quick, but I was young and by myself, so I didn't really spend too much time. I was just going up to Maine. Wanted to check out a state park, but really I was living in Missouri, and I wanted to go up to New York for the Buffalo Wild Wing Festival. But then when I was up there, my grandma was like, man, you should go to Maine. There's a pretty state park. And I was like, well, it would be cool to say I went to the upper tip of the United States. And it's pretty cool. There's a place called Cadillac Mountain. And you can drive right up to the top and then get out. And there's like a little walkway. But there's this plaque that says that it's the highest point on the eastern coast. So if you stand there and watch the sunrise, you'll be the first to see the sunrise in the United States. Have you always lived in Boston or in Massachusetts? Scully, that day you caught those, was that in like a bay area, or was it like in a lake? Oh, right out front in the Gulf. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I bet you know some good spots. Maine is a beautiful place. Check keeps disappearing when I try to read it. Maine is a beautiful place. There it seems that time has stopped, and in winter the landscapes are spectacular. But even in Massachusetts, it is beautiful to travel. And the New England is very beautiful. A lot of, whether you like cities or if you like the wilderness, you can see both, all that in Upper East Coast. I mean, I didn't spend too much time there, but I had an aunt. One of my aunts, she lived up past Albany for many years, and so we went and visited her a couple times. She lived out in the country and took us camping, and there was bears there. They're called gaff tops. Yeah, that's right. The bones inside the head of the fish resemble an angel. Huh, I didn't know that. Look, yeah, definitely will when I get back to the hotel. I didn't know that at all about the angel. That's cool. I'll have to look that up. I'm sure I could find pictures of that. Albany is a beautiful town, a city on the human scale. It was probably 15 years ago that I went up there, but I remember, I'm pretty sure it was either Albany or Rochester. I've never seen one since. Funny thing to remember, but there was this Walmart, and it was a 2-story Walmart, the only one I'd ever seen. And but the cool thing about it was I'd never seen there was an escalator in the middle of the Walmart, so you could put your cart on the escalator and go up and down that way. It was like a mall. Got to attend to some things. Catch you later, buddy. It's good chatting with you, Scully Pop. Hope you have a great day. Good evening. Count on your support. I appreciate that very much, friend. Hope you have a great Saturday night. Sunday as well. If I don't talk to you before then, safe travels in Destin. Hope you have a great time. Have to let me know some of the cool places you eat there. There's a lot of good food there. So what'd you have for dinner, Scott? Or what are you planning on having? over there. Probably a squirrel. So many squirrels. Do you have any, is there any places you can go hike outside of Boston? Or I bet there's some nice parks you go to. Man, I'm thinking about the food. I know Boston has some of the best food in the nation. The East Coast, and they do their food right. One of the best things I ever had was I got not in Massachusetts, but when I was in Maine, I got a lobster roll. I didn't even, when I was younger, I hated seafood. But I seen this on the Travel Channel. There's a show called, used to be called Man vs. Food. I think it was. It's either on that show or a different show on the Travel Channel. But they said that lobster roll was the best in the nation. So even though I hated seafood, I went and spent 20 bucks on a lobster roll, and it was amazing. I still remember it. It was I think I can't remember what was on it, but it was just amazing lobster roll. I heard that up in the New England many decades ago that lobsters were so overabundant that they would just chop them up into little pieces and use them for fertilizer. So true, dear friend. Boston is a rather large city. The greenery is well protected. There are several parks where you can walk and relax. That's cool. Very busy life in Boston, I imagine. Lots of things to do. If you love nature, it's always better to leave the city. Yeah, I agree. A lot of times the city life just adds on top of the stress. traffic and commercial activities are really frenetic. Yeah, those things will quickly suck the happiness right out of you. Not too much traffic here in the woods. A couple bikes flying by me at high speeds. One guy startled me pretty good. Came up right behind me. And these guys are coming through fast. Taking long walks is always relaxing and sit you in center. Yeah, it feels pretty good in the woods here. It's, I think, 93 said today was the temperature, and it feels like it's mid 70s in here in the woods. Even though there's no wind, it feels really nice. I haven't checked in a couple days. Did you make it to 300 subscribers yet, Scott? I think you're have the highest subscribers I've ever seen for someone without having any videos. That's pretty cool. It means you leave great, nice comments. If you ever decide to put out your first video, you'll be just 1 or 2 videos away from getting monetization, probably. Especially Boston, probably could be a couple good things. Sorry, camera's jerky. I keep forgetting to slow down. I'm walking at like a third of the speed I would normally, but no sense. If I walk fast, it's going to make the camera jerky, and it would be a short stream, so try to keep telling myself to slow down. I'm starting to think I took the wrong turn. But I'm on the trail, so I'm not worried. Oh, there's another one of those red, white, and blue markers. That's good. I don't know how people bike those with these big roots like that. Thank you so much for your beautiful words. Did you notice anything? What do you mean, did I notice? Are you here in the woods or on the trail? I like your new profile picture, by the way, with that blue and that looks like a 3-leaf clover. That's real cool. I love the number 3. I was born on the 3rd day of the 3rd month. Doesn't look like that tree was cut. Looks like fell. Is this dinner? No, I'm just kidding. Jeez. Yeah, that trunk did look like a big spear sticking out of the ground. It's kind of weird that it was broken off like that. There was some really pretty green moss in there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, where am I? I'm CS18 here. Oh, so I need to cut like. Okay, I think I parked on Page Street. If I'm at CS18, I should be able to cut across, get back there. Look, lost. Follow these directions. That looks more confusing. The crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure I parked at CS26, which isn't even on this map. I think it's over here. But if I stay up here, it should get there. Watch where I step. This is like it would be a good place for a snake. But except for that turtle at the beginning of the stream, I haven't seen any other wildlife other than a couple of tiny frogs and lots of squirrels. You had a nice walk, dear friend. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me and walking with me. It's pretty crazy. Here I am in Florida, walking in the woods. I have a friend in Boston and Mississippi chatting with me. Had someone from the UK was here a little bit before you. But I appreciate you stopping by and chatting with me for a while, Scott. Hope you have a great night. Have a good dinner. Talk to you soon. Try to stay cool up there. Of course, in Boston, you might be having cooler weather, nicer weather. Electricity pylons. Yeah. Looks like some sort of factory over there, too. Maybe water treatment plant. Here we go back into the void. Thank you so much, dear friend. Have a good dinner. You too. I'll try it. I'm sure it's not going to be as whatever dinner you're going to have. Probably would have something better, man. Still thinking about that brownies you said with berry cream, man. That sounds really good. I don't know if the coffee sounds too good right now, but brownies for sure. Sorry about jerking the camera around. Oh, I need some water. There's some right there. Lots of bike tracks. Yeah, I'm starting to work on my appetite. What are your plans for dinner? Or did you already eat? Don't spare any details. I'm a foodie. I used to spend a lot of hours watching the cooking channel or food shows on the travel channel. Love talking about food. Spiky. I'm gonna chill here. Why don't you guys go down and explore that cave? See anything? Because it wasn't really a cave, but just a hollowed area under that tree. I think fried chicken and chips and some fruit ice cream. Sounds good. I haven't had just regular fried chicken in a while. I like hot wings a lot. But some fried chicken sounds pretty good about now. You like to dip it in anything? Or maybe put any hot sauce on there? Or... Lots of big pine cones here. Look at all those. Never seen so many pine cones. Sometimes I prefer to accompany it with fresh, lightly seasoned vegetables or baked onions. That sounds good. I don't know if I've ever had baked onions. I love sauteed onions, fried onions, grilled onions. I haven't tried them baked. Do you have to put them in a coating when you bake them? Seems like if you just baked them raw, they would maybe dry out too much. I could be wrong though. So many pine cones. I love onions. be nice if another turtle made an appearance. What kind of vegetables do you like to have with it? I like broccoli, carrots. My favorite is probably grilled asparagus. I really like that. Goes really good with steak. But usually nothing can beat just some nice sauteed peppers and onions or grilled. That can go pretty well with about anything. So many big fallen trees. Oh, that's a big snake. That got my heartbeat racing. Did you hear me have a little my little scream there? Man, that thing's gotta be 3.5 foot long. I was just saying, yeah. I'm glad I wasn't walking any faster. I almost stepped on that thing. Come on. Ooh. Makes you feel alive, though. But yeah, I definitely need to keep it slow. I'm pretty sure whether it was red, white, and blue. Now it's just red and blue. So let's go check out this map over here. It's pretty cool you're being with me for that, Scott. So someone believed me it happened. CS 14. Oh, okay. Red, blue, white. They often hide under branches or stones. Yeah, I know they usually keep in the shade. They don't, to keep their bodies cool. But yeah, I guess with the sun dropping now, it felt pretty fine about coming out. Oh, why is it showing up? Red, white. Adlers are also dangerous and unpredictable. Do you think that was an adler? I really can't identify him. Look at this. There's no bark on this. Adlers are quite common in small abandoned countryside. You know, imagine they like areas with little human activity. How's it going? Bike traces. Yeah, there was I'm not seeing so much bike marks here, but I have been passed by a couple bikers. I'd be too nervous to ride a bike through here. So many knots and places seem washed out. That would have been an accident. So sorry, dear friend. Have you had a bike accident? No, not. Well, I had a little one a couple weeks ago. Just got a little scratch. It was nothing serious. I've never had a motorcycle incident, fortunately. But it's been many years since I've never been on a, well, I've never owned a motorcycle. I've ridden with one or two people many years ago, but I had a moped for a while, and it was the biggest class of moped, so I actually had to go get a motorcycle license for it. It would get up to 70 miles per hour, but it started to get a little shaky around the, it was more comfortable around the 40 mile an hour range. Man, I miss That thing, it got 90 miles to the gallon. It only had like a 3-gallon tank, so you put like $10 or less in it and you wouldn't have to fill up for a couple of weeks. But couldn't really use that as my main source of transportation when I was living in Missouri. So Missouri winters aren't really good with mopeds. Do you ever go riding, Scott? I was actually using, before I was borrowing my mom's electric bike. I don't have access, I'm not with them, staying with them anymore. I was just using it when I was staying with them for a while. But man, if you've never been on an electric bike, you should try that. It's probably the most fun I had on 2 wheels ever. It could, even in the lowest setting, I could go up any hill with barely breaking a sweat. Middle of the day, too. I had a lot of fun on that bike. When I was staying with them, I was riding it some days as much as 4 hours a day. I'd go out for an hour and a half morning ride, and then another hour and a half, a 2-hour ride in the evening. I bet Boston people everywhere on going around on bikes, electric bikes and electric scooters. I do have an electric scooter, but it doesn't have, it just got hard plastic tires. There's no air in them, so if it's on a smooth road, it does really good, but any kind of bumps, you feel it. I don't like walking through these tall grasses. I think I should have wore some kind of pants. My legs are getting itchy. Yeah, it sure feels good though. Got a nice breeze out here. Sometimes I like cycling, but then now I prefer jogging now. I have great exercise. I like to jog some, but I'm like, I don't know if me being flat-footed, I feel it more, and like I could run on a dirt trail or the beach. I could jog on that for hours, but even if I try just walking around neighborhood on pavement after like last night I was walking around downtown Pensacola, and just about an hour of walking on that pavement, it was starting to bother my knees. It would be so nice to jog across the states like Forrest Gump. Yeah, that would be. Could you imagine too, and if you documented that on YouTube? I mean, the places you'd see, people you'd meet. Dang it. Sorry, I didn't know I had that turned off. I don't know how long that's been turned off for. But thanks for saying something. I guess my thumb might have tapped it, or I switched over to the map real quick in Google Maps, and I don't know if that cut off the audio, but sorry if that's been off for a while. Really appreciate you saying something though about that. Letting me know. Good now? Awesome. There should be some pretty good nature sounds coming through. I want to try something just for a second. Oh, that's weird. Whoa. Kind of got like a Blair Witch thing to it. Now I'm seeing quite a few bike tracks. Yeah, sometimes I like switching the different effects. A blurry one was pretty wild. Gotta switch to the maps for a second here and see. Here we have a naturally occurring car sprouting out of the ground. Not often found. I have no idea how it got here. Pretty tight jungle. An abandoned car. Yeah, I was not expecting to find that in the woods. It must have been here for a few decades to look like it had been here for at least 30 years. So before a lot of these trees grew up. But it looked like it was a really hard to tell, but it looked like it was a nice muscle car. If it wouldn't have been in the state it was, it could have been worth some money. If I had more time, I could have looked at it. If there was even like an emblem I could have got off that, it'd probably be worth something. Or a badge. But you know how it is, Sometimes you just drive your car out in the woods and you get lost, you just leave your car there. Trying to follow these people. He said, I muted it for a minute so I could ask him which way it was. It seems I just need to kind of follow them. Sorry, I'm walking a little bit faster, but I don't want to risk getting cut out here in the dark. My phone battery, I'm at 24%, so I'll probably only, as soon as it hits the 3-hour mark, I'm going to stop the stream. Perhaps, oh, why does it keep? Perhaps today car has become the least convenient way to travel. I mean, with gas prices and insurance, I think insurance is the biggest. I think insurance is just ridiculous. I mean, I haven't been in a wreck involving any other vehicle in over a decade. Why do I have to keep giving them thousands of dollars a year, you know. I've given the insurance company thousands more than I've ever spent on any vehicle. You know, I think once you give them like a few $1,000s, then your payment should drop until you get in a wreck. The thing I've joked about is, you know, if we they build like colonies on the moon or Mars, you know, I want to be like, so we're not gonna have to worry about insurance, right? Like if you get a rover, like a moon rover, they're not gonna be like, oh, first you need to get your moon rover's license, and then you got to go buy your moon rover tags that only last for 1 year, and then you got to have your insurance on top of that. And it's just like layers and layers of keeping everybody poor. But yeah, I'm saving up for a Tesla. That's been my goal for quite a few years. At first I was saving up, just wanted to get like a cheap Model 3, but now for the past couple years I've had my eyes set on a Cybertruck. So I'm gonna, hopefully within 3 years, I'll be streaming me driving that around the country, visiting friends, helping people. I don't want to. I've lived in apartments. I've had my own place. I've lived with roommates. But I know there's not many people like this, but I just want a vehicle and be able to travel. It costs more to stay in hotels per night, but you don't have to buy furniture. You don't have to pay for your electric, utilities, and you got your internet, whatever TV you want to watch. Traveling from hotel to hotel costs more per night. But if I were to go try to find any apartment now, you know, I don't know, all the places now, they want a 2-year lease, and you're looking at around 1,000 per month. So that's for even a crappy apartment. You're locked in a $24,000 contract. And so you spend so much time working I had this place for 4 years, this duplex. And I was working 5-6 days a week just to break even. Oh, thank you. I mean, when you're traveling, you know, if you go from living in hotel to hotel, you're only paying for a night or a few nights at a time. So even though I'm paying more per night, I'm not locked into any contract. And here in Florida, we're expected to have a pretty heavy hurricane season. So I can just go somewhere else. The apartment I was renting, you know, it didn't have any insurance. And then she tried getting me to sign up for extra insurance. but it didn't even cover flooding. Like, which that the main thing from hurricanes is you get a lot of water and flood. What's the point of paying? You know, that's all separate too. So. Plus, too, you know, you stay in when traveling, you see a lot. What's sad is I see so many homeless people living in like beautiful coastal areas or cities. I just want to, hopefully sometime I'll afford just carry like a bunch of, carry like 30 prepaid phones on me, and just anytime I see a homeless person, give them a prepaid phone and say, just live stream everything, walk around. A few months, you probably could buy a better life. Beautiful dog. What kind is it?
He's a tree and walker town.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. You too. I missed a lot, chat. Texas taxes on insurance and higher fuel prices, and especially on unleaded petrol. And I think gas prices are just going to always keep rising. And then the cost of insurance is always going to keep going up. But wages aren't matching it. Traveling from one part of the country to another by renting a car is not a bad solution. Yeah. Yeah, I have rented a couple times when I was when my parents were living in Missouri and I was down here in Florida. I had a Trailblazer with like 140,000 miles, and I did not want to take the trip with that. So when I figured rent a car with better gas mileage, it was worth it. I even thought about doing that now, but I've got a Chrysler Town and Country minivan I got used, so that's paid off. But it's funny. I never thought I'd get a minivan, but I just couldn't believe the room. I mean, it's actually got like 50% more interior room than my Trailblazer had, an SUV. It's just amazing how much, and like all the seats fold down the minivan. Really nice. Gets pretty good gas mileage too. But yeah, Last year I spent 6 months traveling around the United States in it. I don't plan on making it. If I was going to do more traveling like that, I would rent a car, because I wouldn't want to drive the van that far again. But now I'm actually planning on kind of just hopping from hotel in Florida. My goal has been for a while, I want to slowly go down to the Cape. I want to live stream a couple rocket launches, SpaceX. And there's so much in Florida I haven't seen. I want to live stream some manatees. There was this really cool little boat ride I went on. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk the road back. But yeah, I'm planning on going back there in about 2 to 3 weeks. Actually, it was in just below Tallahassee. And I couldn't believe it. It was like $11, 12 maybe, for this boat ride. And I saw manatees, alligators. We even got to see a baby manatee that they said they were surprised we got to see. But at the time, I didn't realize how popular live streaming is. So now I want to go back and live stream that whole ride. Well, they're going somewhere fun. Listen to that nice natural water trickling. I think that should be my vehicle. Whee! Up there. Oh boy. Sorry about that. Depends on the contract with which you stipulate the rental, and then you should look for a motel rather than a hotel. Yeah, I did have some. Renting a car can be convenient, but I had a really horrible experience last time. My my grandma had just passed away, and so I rented a car to go up to Missouri, and we had a hurricane like 2 days before I was meant to rent the car, and so, but it didn't touch our city at all. It just went around us. But when I got to the Hertz place to pick up my car, I got there on time. It was like a Wednesday, sunny skies. There was no flooding anywhere around the city. It was in Fort Walton Beach, so there was no sign of the hurricane passing through there. But the Hertz was closed, and I'm standing there with other people, and there was a couple who flew in from California, and they were waiting on their car, and there's nobody at this Hertz place. It was closed, and we called up corporate, and they said, no, our system is showing that it's open. And I said, well, we're knocking on the door, and there's no one inside. And I only had a few days off work to go up there, and so the next morning I called, and luckily they were open, and she's like, well, I don't know if we still have a car available. And I said, well, I know that's a lie, because when we were there standing outside your building yesterday, we seen 12 cars sitting in your lot ready to be driven away. So I don't care what car you give me, but I paid for the car. I paid for this months ago, or I paid for it maybe a couple weeks before that, but I had paid for it. And then for them to try to tell me that a car wasn't going to be available. Wonderful sunset. It is pretty here. It's that giant green, giant yellow pipe. Yeah, I couldn't believe how many hotels, if you look for them, you can find hotels all around the country for around 50 to 60 a night that are nice hotels that include breakfast. You just got to look for them and read the reviews. But I traveled around the United States 6 months. I stayed in like 30 different hotels, and I never paid more than 60 a night. Even in California, I stayed in like 3 different hotels in California. But yeah, they were nice hotels, but man, California has some bug problems. I stayed at one hotel, and once the sun set, there was millions of fruit flies everywhere. When I was taking my luggage up into my room, just opening the door and taking the luggage in, I let in a couple hundred fruit flies. Luckily, I had some disinfectant spray. They stood at the door, but couldn't even like walk out the door once the sun without being swarmed. And they were just all over the ground too. Rosa Pylon should be near town, yeah. Only like 5 minutes from Pensacola. It seems like I'm out in the country. If I pulled up on MapQuest, though, it's like actually real close to the city. Well, Pensacola city, not like a big city. Hotel with breakfast include and bourbon cassette. Not sure what a bourbon cassette is. Is that like a drink? I know what bourbon is. I know what cassettes are. Not sure you could find any for sale other than a flea market, but I've never heard of a bourbon cassette. So if I miss the chat when it happens, as soon as it pops up, it disappears. I'm going to go in the stream now. The battery's at like 16%, and I still got to use the MapQuest to get back to my hotel. But I appreciate anybody stopping by, saying hi, hanging out with me. You guys have a great evening. Stay cool out there.